What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Elizabeth, and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively on paper, and I take my sweet time. I've had lots of criticism lately, I think from people that have found me new, like are new to my channel and think that my videos are too long or I don't get to the point, and that's on purpose. I take my time because the world moves so fast and we are just instant gratification people. And when it comes to art and creating, I think it should be fun. And when I'm sharing new products, I take my time and review them thoroughly because I know for many of you, my first impressions and me figuring out how to open packaging is something that you might have to experience if you purchase the product. So I live in real time, I live in reality, and so I don't move things along quickly if I don't have to. And I do this for me. I do creative play because it feels good to my spirit. And so I hope it does to you too. But I guess I should start giving a disclaimer. If you'd like to watch me in 1.5 speed or 2 times speed, or if you want to dip around, I try to put timestamps in videos where I know I'm covering different pieces of information. I will put a timestamp down in the description box for this as well so that you can jump to what you're looking for. But I don't plan on changing my video style for anybody because the majority prefers the way that I do my videos, and especially the people that have been here for a long time and know my heart. I care more about what they say than about new subscribers. No offense, I'm saying this as gently as possible, but this is just who I am. And a lot of the things about my channel, I am not going to be changing. So are we good? Cool. Let's talk about what this video is about. It's all about LayleByMail. I am a newer affiliate for her. My discount code is Joyful10. I say that because I think you're going to see things in this video you might want to purchase. And so Joyful10 discount code will save you 10% off of your purchase. We're going to look at stamps that are new to my collection that are not new to her, but they're on the website, and I just recently got them. So I'm going to show those to you, and I do have them pre-swatched. We're not going to take the time to swatch today. So those of you that are on a time rush, I already stamped them. Okay. So previously released stamps, I'm going to share with you some new ones to my collection. Then we have the September 2025 release from LayleByMail. I have these swatched out already. We're going to take a look at my swatch book of these. So these are brand new if you are wanting to add to your collection, or you're a LayleByMail loyalist and you get her collections at every release. I'm going to show you what those look like today. And then I wanted to talk about this other kind of element to her website, which is an organization method she has for your daubers, your ink daubers. And I think we should talk about this first just so I can get it off of my desk. And then we're going to go through the different stamp swatches, and I will again leave a timestamp down in the description box. You can jump to what you're looking for. So I'm going to set aside the stamps and we're going to talk about this system. And the reason I am throwing it into this video is because a part of the September release is new color sets of the Distress Oxide 1x1 ink pads. So those are these little guys. So like a month ago, Tim Holtz and Ranger Inks came out with Distress Oxides in the mini size. And when that happened, I purchased the set of 6 with 4 colors per, this was the packaging. So you get 4 different colors, right? They did 6 sets of these 4 colors of Distress Oxide. And I believe LayleByMail carries those, and she is releasing the next set, I think, of 6 mini Distress Oxides, and they're up on her website now. A couple things to note about these. I think that they are great for folks like me who are either beginners or novices in stamping and ink on paper, and you don't want to commit to a giant or like full-size ink pad, and you'd prefer to get something smaller just to see what colors you like, and you can get a bigger variety of colors for a similar price as the larger. Now, if you already know that you're a big ink person and you know you like the Distress Oxides, just get the full size. It's a better value, but again, for someone who just wants more color and wants to try different colors, I think the small 1x1s are great. And they are small, so you can kind of buff them on to do detail work and stuff. So I'm a big fan. And the Distress Oxides give you a nice crisp impression for stamps. If you want the more vintage look, then I would go with the, what are the other ones? The Distress Inks. I actually have one right here. So there's the Distress Oxide and the Distress Ink. This is going to give you a little bit more of a patchy vintage look, the Distress Inks. These have been in this small size for a hot minute. So what's new is the oxides in this smaller size. So I am storing these in a Maple and Lark Bliss bin. This size is a small and it fits all 6 sets. So just wanted to show you that for size. I've been a huge advocate or like proponent or mouthpiece for, I guess, for Maple and Lark. I really love their stuff. And I do have an affiliate link and a discount code for Maple and Lark as well. So yeah, just wanted to show you that a small one holds all 6. This is all I have for now. So LayleByMail just released the additional 6. So I would have to upgrade maybe to the medium size Maple and Lark, and then I can keep all of them together. And I really do need to grow my collection because I'm enjoying these. Now, so I wanted to talk about these for 2 reasons. One, you can get all of the new oxides, the mini oxides, on the LayleByMail website. And I did this morning go there to see if my discount code works on it, and it does. And her bundles are marked down, like they're sale priced if you get like the lot of all sets. And so you can add the discount code Joyful10 on top and it'll knock down the sale price even more. So new Distress Oxides on the LayleByMail website. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about with the inks is this whole system. I talked about this in my last kind of like branded LayleByMail video, but she's got this system, organization system for basically keeping all of your daubers, the little toppers that go on top of here if you're like buffing on ink. She's got this system where you can keep one color or one dauber topper per color and keep them organized. And so this was sent to me to play with, and I kind of messed up a little bit, but what you get, and there's a few different bundles depending on what you need. So if you already have blending foams, then you can get a bundle that has less of these foams. I think there were a couple other kind of iterations of this, but what came in mind was this plastic tub, these pieces of paper, and you can identify what type of ink you are cataloging here. So I opted for the Distress Oxide inks because that's what I was cataloging. And you basically go through the process of, this is the mistake one I made, but you get these pieces of paper, little pieces of paper, and you swatch them down on the piece of paper, and let me switch over to the side. You're actually supposed to glue that here, and then you swatch the ink, kind of like a bingo card, on the piece of paper here. And then you also get these Velcros to plop down here so that your daubers can stay stuck on there. And you get 2 sheets of these papers so that they can go back to back. Now, the mistake I made in my first round was, instead of inking directly on the sheet, I inked on the paper and then I glued the paper down. And that was silly me, because obviously you can ink directly on the paper. So you ink the paper, you label the paper, you put your little piece of elastic down, and then, or not elastic, Velcro, and then you stick your little dauber, and then you are not cross-pollinating, you're not mixing your different inks. And I think this is very eco-friendly because I've been using the disposable daubers, the little ones these ones actually, like this, where you stick your finger on it and you daub it. And it's fine, but I don't know. I end up throwing these away, and I don't know. It's just better to have one of these and then be able to change your sponge based on the color that you're using. So this whole handy dandy set is on the website. And again, the correct way to do it is ink the paper, ink the small piece of paper, glue that down, label it, and you're good to go. And then I can come over here. Now I have to figure out how to label this. I'll just grab some labels and ink them up and lay them down. But I mean, imagine this full of different colors, and I can just I can look at this like a swatch book and see what colors I already have in my collection. Now, this is the first set of 6. And if I want to get the second set of 6, I'm obviously going to run out of space. So I'm going to need another one of these systems, which I can get on her website. And this system also is eligible for the Joyful 10 discount code, which is really nice. So I wanted to highlight this stuff in light of the fact that she is now carrying the second set of the Tim Holtz and Ranger Inks oxides. And you can get the whole bundle, or you can get individual sets of 4 if you want to. The other thing that I think what was confusing for me, or made me skip the step of these guys going on the outside rather than underneath, was I was also swatching in my swatch book. So I had multiple places. I was like swatching the paper, I was swatching my swatch book, and let me just show you. I haven't labeled these yet, but here are the first sets of the first 6 sets of inks here. So I still need to make my like, here's the distress inks. I need to, no, that's fine. But I went super fancy with the using a stencil, an Oops-a-Daisy splat stencil, and I just couldn't handle it. So what I ended up doing for this new oxide set was I ran washi tape all the way across, and I made a grid with washi tape, and then I buffed in the color in the grids, and then I took the washi tape off, and that gave me a really nice sampling here. So I gotta label this, and then we'll call it good. But that was how I integrated the new Distress oxides into my swatch book, and created this whole little system. So instead of buying a bunch of these in bulk and just like throwing them away, I can come in here and pick whatever color I want and just attach it onto my handle. And the sets on the website do include everything that you need to make this setup: the inks, the tubs, the paper, the Velcro, and you can even get these handles and the blending foams as well. Okay, so that was Ink Chat. Let me move this stuff out of the way, and we can get into new and previously released stamps that are new. Oh, one more thing, pencil board. So Layle now has 2 sized pencil boards, and I want to show them both to you. Actually, what I need is like a black my normal black background, but we'll use this. So let me get this the right way. This is the original LayleByMail pencil board. I love this thing. Obviously, like, I've used it a ton. This is going to give you the best foundation for your stamps if you're stamping in a hardbound book, or even a coil planner. You know, I'm a planner girl. I use planners, I stamp in planners, and these give you a really nice surface for stamping. This was the original size. That is a lovely fit for her traveler's notebooks. Then she released look at me, an A5 size. The A5 size is newer to her website, and I think it sold out pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it's currently in stock. Just so you can, oh no, we're gonna have to lift this guy up. But here you can see the width difference and height difference. And if you can only get one, I would get the A5 because it's obviously going to fit a variety of different sizes of planners and notebooks. I would love to see her, since these have been really popular, I'd love to see a B5 size, especially because I swatch in B5. But I do appreciate that she's come out with the A5 size, because this is pretty much the same size as her larger stamp sets. So if you're doing bulk swatching like I do, where I do the whole sheet at once, you're going to want a bigger pencil board. So if they're not in stock, if she has a like remind me or wait list, any sort of function like that on the website, please do that. This is by far, I would say, like top 3 items on the LayleByMail website that I think everyone should have if you are a stamper. especially in like planners and bullet journals and stuff like that. So this was new to me, the A5 size. Okay, now we can get to the stamps. So let's start with the new to me, but not new to the website. Like I said, these have all been pre-swatched. This is my swatch book. I have two swatch books. You saw the one that has inks in it and stamps and stencils from other brands. I decided, since my LayleByMail collection is growing, I have another B5, and this is LayleByMail exclusively. And this one is organized different than the other one. The other one, I started swatching from the back to the front, and I just put down new stamps when I get them wherever there's an open page, and I keep an index at the front. With the LayleByMail, because it's just one brand, I thought I would take a little bit more risk with predetermining where my stamps are going to go. And already, I really should have divided it evenly across the whole notebook, and I didn't. But I used Cocoa Daisy tabs from one of the, well, this must have been a kit or two ago, but I used the tabs that match this kit, and I did kind of determine roughly where I wanted different categories to go. So this is by category, whereas the catch-all one is not. So the first new to me, but available on her website now, is List Builder Top 10. And I'm a sucker for numbers, and so I had to have this one. I love the font choice. I love the size of the numbers. I think it's really nice. This could be a great font size for planners if you are decorative dating and you want to date your planner. Maybe this is one that we use today. I don't know, because I do want to do a daily, which means I need to add the date. But this could be a really good option for dating in planners. But of course, you've got top 3, top 5, top 10, and they're all individual stamps. So again, this is List Builder Top 10 on the website. Not new, but new to me. Next is backwards. The next is favorites. And this one, I think I put, yeah. So it's the word favorite, just in a bunch of different fonts. And I love that there's some attaching words that we can add. Her, his, my, their, our. And so if you wanted to create, a custom header where it's like my and then favorite, or their favorite, and then you could put some pictures down, or my favorite quote or whatever, you could do that. So I like that she's giving us a variety of different font choices, different sizes actually. So like this font, there's it in large, here it is in medium, and that in small. Same thing here, we've got this font here, smaller version here, medium, small, and medium, small. So we've got at least two different sizes of each font type. And then these really simple sans serif fonts down here for connecting words. So that again is favorites. That's available now. Next is Murphy. And so we're going to jump over to Alpha. Let's find our Murphy font. Here it is. I haven't labeled it yet. So this is the Murphy font. And I love when we have both the hollowed out and the solid, because you can use them together. So if you just like the look of the hollow, you can leave it this way. If you want to color it in with a pen, you could certainly do that as well. Or if you wanted to have the solid be like a soft pink, and then you wanted to outline it in purple or in black, you could stack it right on top of it. So I could say hello in the solid, and then stamp hello right on top of it with the outline, and you get a dual toned word or phrase. So I think that is really fun. Also want to point out, I just noticed this, our vowels, this is going to look really pretty. The vowels are lowercase, or at least the A and the E are lowercase. I guess the I is lowercase as well. So the vowels are lowercase, and then the rest of the letters are caps, which is going to look really cool when things are spelled out. So again, this is the Murphy Alpha, available on the website now. Next I had like a moment of crisis with this focus set because we have both numbers and we have phrases. I ended up putting this over in numbers because I figured it was more likely that I would, I don't know, be looking for it in numbers. I don't know if that's true or not, but the numbers spoke the loudest. So I put it in the number section, but I could always duplicate it in the words and phrases section as well if I wanted to. So this is List Builder Focus, and love all the words here. Like, we can connect things together how we want. So we have 1 through 8 and 0. If you're looking for the 9, just reverse or flip over, rotate the 6, and that is your 9. So we have all these connecting words: on, with, balance, find, travel, work, the, your, good things, get it done, friends, the details, you got this, self, note to self, documented, family. And so the adventure begins, make it happen, and fun. Her font choices are always good. Like, I think Layle's been in the game for a long time, and I guess my thought would always be like, if you've been in it for a while, maybe you're not able to, or less likely to pivot and like follow trends and stuff. But she's good. She's such a good entrepreneur. She's so good at listening to trends and what people want and running with it. And I just love, even this is a little bit older, but I just love the font of Focus. And the numbers, it's definitely more elevated. And then I love the sans serif connecting words. I just think they're so good. I think it's very on trend. And yeah, I'm just always impressed with like how she keeps coming out with things that are I don't know, that are cool. I know that sounds weird, but she like gets it. She gets it and she pivots, and I love it. So the last one in the new to me, but currently on the website, is the large Poe, which is like a typewriter font. So here is your large Poe, and looks like she had a little bit of extra room for extra A's and extra E's. This is something that she does a lot, which I really respect. If there is more room on the stamp set, she will give you more of the letters or punctuation that you'll use a lot. So I love that she's given us some extra vowels here. Now, had I known that I was going to get 2 different sizes of the Poe, I would have put the large Poe next to the smaller Poe, or Poe Alpha. And you know, that's kind of what happens with swatch books, right? Like, you can only plan so far in advance. If you're using a discbound planner or discbound like notes for swatching, this wouldn't be an issue because you could move pages around. But with a book bound, you just have to like be okay with the fact that I've got Poe Alpha on one page and Poe Alpha in the large in a different location. Now, because I'm doing this from the ground up, I'm going to remember what I have. And so it'll be easy for me to go back and forth and go, oh, I have different sizes of Poe, and I'll look for it. But here you can see what Poe Alpha large looks like next to Poe Alpha. This is such a generous sheet. Like, having the smaller Poe and the medium size Poe is so cool. And that you have both the uppercase and the lowercase. So she packed in a bunch in the Poe Alpha, and then she did as much as she could having the large Poe Alpha with the extra vowels. So here you can see large and then the regular, just in case you're curious about size comparison. Okay, so that is it for the new to me, but has been out on the website. Now we're going to talk about brand new release for September 2025. Let me grab these guys. Let's start with this one. Doesn't look super sexy, but let me tell you, her boxes are some of my favorites because they give a nice, crisp impression, and they're really fun for adding like stickers to. And obviously you can write in them, but yeah, I added this to this. So this, I did leave a little bit of buffer when I laid the in the box stamp sets down. I left a buffer so that just in case she came out with more, and she did. So this is the in the box scallop version. And like I said, so many things you can do here. You can write inside the box, you can color the frame, or as I've done in a previous video, I actually made like a little scene with stickers inside the box. And I just think that's a really fun, like whimsical way to use these boxes decoratively. Maybe that's something we'll do today. I don't know. But this is in the box scallop. And when it comes to like prices, obviously like this is a giant stamp set and this one's smaller, they're going to be commensurate with the size of the stamps. Okay. So if you want to add just a fun little whimsy to your planning pages or your journaling pages, this is in the box scallop, and this is new September 15th. Next we have this one. I think this might be what we use today. This is camera, literally called camera. So we have captured, notice today, focus here, current view, worth 1,000 words. And then we have a giant camera. And yeah, this is kind of speaking to me. So we are likely going to use that one today. Let's see. So she does have large icons, photography. Look at the difference in size here. So if you already have this set and you're wondering how it's different, totally different. This one is lined art as well. So you've got more space to color it in. You could do washi art with this, like put down some washi tape and cut it down to each little, that could be really pretty. We could do some washi art today. It takes a little bit more time, but really fun. And you can see the size difference here is significant. Here is the swatch of camera. I just think this is a really beautiful size. I think some of these might fit in here, or we can use some other words to put in here. You could add a picture. If you like cut it into a circle, you could do that. And one thing I didn't mention with basically almost every more like decorative stamp like this that Layle makes, she comes out with die cuts. Now, I don't have a die cut machine and I haven't dabbled in die cuts. So she didn't send me those, and I've asked her, like, hold off on sending me die cuts until I actually have a way to make them. But if you're someone that likes the coordinated stamp with the die cut, I believe this is one that has a matching die cut, and I think that could be super cool. So that is camera. Let's do this one and then we'll do the 2 sets of numbers. This is really fun. So we have all like explore travel themed stamps here. This is going to be under our words and phrases. I can find this guy. Here it is. This one, I don't think I didn't prime the stamp well enough. So the way that this stamped out is a reflection of my technique, not the stamp itself. But we've got explore, travel, escape, go, see, do, discover, journey, destination, sights and sounds, unplug, highlights. This was fun. Tourist mode, rest, relax, and adventure. And they've got some fun little whimsical icons there as well. So this is really, I think this is good for people who travel, and it's good for people who don't travel. Let's say you go to a new restaurant, you could use the word discover. Let's say you go to the zoo in your town, you could put destination. Go see do could be for the zoo. You know, you can use travel themed stamps for at-home adventures as well. So this is travel words, new in September. And then we have 2 new sets of numbers, which I can never have enough numbers. I mean, look, I'm just obsessed with the numbers. So this is Reggie numbers large over here. Reggie numbers large. And if you recognize the name Reggie, that is because we have Reggie alphas. So let's go back. Here is Reggie alpha outlined, Reggie alpha not outlined. And you can see this number is the same font as these Reggie stamps. We have numbers on these sets, but they're significantly smaller. So these are Reggie numbers large. So if you are a completionist like I am, you can get Reggie outlined, Reggie regular, you have Reggie large, and then these large numbers correspond with Reggie alpha large over here. So because these are so much larger, they didn't have room for the numbers. So this is being released separate. So again, Reggie numbers large goes with Reggie number large lowercase, but could be really fun mixing and matching with like doing dates and stuff. If you wanted like a bold Tuesday, but then a bolder like 18th or whatever the date is, you could use these larger numbers and maybe do them in a different color. Ooh, that would be pretty if you did like 18 in like a soft blue, and then you did Tuesday with one of these Reggie alphas in black, and then it's like shadowed on top. That could be really cool. So love the Reggie numbers alpha, or excuse me, Reggie numbers large. And then the last new item in September is by the numbers. And we have seen a version of the by the numbers, what, twice, once? Well, these are, wait, hold on. I thought I had another version that was similar to this. Maybe not. But this is By the Numbers Allison. And I'm showing this first because I want to, just in case you have this one, notice that we've got our numbers 1 through 10 with a, I want to say it's almost like a retro spelling of the number cut into it. I feel like I should zoom in here. Okay. See that one? Remember that as we turn the page and look at this one. So this is the new one. This is By the Numbers Layle. So this is Layle's handwriting. So we've got our 1 through 10 and then the word for, or the spelling out of the number cut into it. You see the difference? And the font type, not just the spelling of the number, but the font type is different. So this is definitely like bubbly and whimsical. And then this one is very straight. Very, very straight. But we have the additional spelled out number, and number, or pound, or if you're into hashtags, hashtag. So really nice having a new font type for this pre-layered style. And that is the last of the new things releasing in September. Okay, so like I said, if any of these are of interest, Joyful 10 will save you 10%. I will leave my affiliate link in the description box. That helps me keep the lights on around here so I can keep putting out videos and providing for my family. So thank you for supporting me in that way. Let's actually do some work. I don't know how detailed I'm going to be, how long. Well, it's only been 30 minutes. This is the Hemlock and Oak Undated Daily. I've just been in this for a few days and I've been going back and forth with what I want the Undated Daily to be. Like, just in this season that we're in, I've been doing more scripture writing, but I also wouldn't mind this being a daily journal for just any thoughts, anything I want to get out of my head. And so it's a really lovely planner. The Hemlock and Oak paper is thicker than a lot of papers, not as thick as Archer and Olive. I don't remember the GSM, maybe 100. But it is really, really nice. It takes to stamps well. And yeah, I've just really been enjoying using stickers and stamps on it. So we're going to do just a quick daily page. And I think we should use the new camera because I have it here. And there is some structure on this daily page. So I guess I'll zoom in a little bit. So there is open space up here where you can do some dating. There's a box for intentions. There's an hourly schedule vertically, and then there's just these bullet lists. But I have not been like paying attention to the structure of the page. I've just been looking at it as a graph page all the way across. So let's just make a fun journaling page. I'm not going to do a creative list today. I'm just going to do set up a page that I can journal around. I think that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to want our pencil board. This is where the pencil board comes in handy. Here's the A5 size. It fits so well. Obviously, it's not going to fit all the way up against the spine, but that's okay. And then I just have to decide, do I want it centered and then I write around it? Or do I want it to be kind of out of the way? The sticker's coming off. Put it like right here. I kind of think I want to put it like right here, where it's not centered, but it's not quite up at the corner. Where do I go there? Ooh, I don't know. Middle. Let's see. Do I want to add, like we've got these words from the travel set. I don't know, I kind of want to use like the word rest. Does the word rest fit inside? It does. heights. Just checking to see what could fit. Kind of want to put the word rest. Again, this is the travel word set, but there's no reason why you can't use it for every day. That or these are today words worth 1,000. Okay, let's just get the camera down, and then we'll figure out what additional stamps we want to do. Do I have a block that's, you know what? I don't think I have an acrylic block large enough. Well, I might have to go to the LayleByMail website and see if I can find a block that is big enough for this guy. Because what I did was I swatched it on here. I think I'm just gonna have to swatch it like this, like put it down this way, and then go grab a, yeah, I don't have an acrylic block that'll fit the camera. Well, keep that in mind if you get the camera and you do not have a block. I mean, you can use, should I see if it fits on my, this is a sticky notes from Laurel Denise. Oh, you know what? What if I use my pencil board? What if I use the smaller pencil board? Let's use the smaller pencil board. Duh. If I can find it. Did I just have it? Oh, heavens to Betsy. Well, there you go. If you have a pencil board. Now this is too big. Pencil board is way too big. And you always want to like right size your stamp here. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do this. Might be better to go like this. So I've got some wiggle room. So you can use a pencil board to stamp, but I think it would be better to have a proper stamp block. They're a little bit thicker and probably a better dimension than this, but we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna use my, I guess since I have this here, we'll use this guy. Although I have been loving my Legacy ink from Archer and Olive. Their inks have been lovely. You know, I do have their new, I want gray or violet. No, I think they're gonna be too much color. I do try to keep in mind with this journal / planner what is on the other page. So even if I change what I'm logging from day to day, like how I'm journaling changes, or if I'm just scripture writing or whatever, I still like the colors to be coordinated. So just trying to ink this up evenly. And oh my goodness, hope we don't make a mess here. I'm going to stand up, give myself a fighting chance using my pencil board. Oh boy. I'm going to go right here. Oh my gosh, I'm like nervous. It's so hard to hold this thing. Oh boy. I think I moved it. Man, dude, even if you don't do a good job laying your stamp down, Layle stamps do the work for you. This is definitely a testimony to Layle stamps and really photopolymer stamps. I feel like they are so forgiving. If you wiggle just a little bit, just the impressions are so good. This is the absorber. I went a long time not keeping it moist, so I was using baby wipes. But if you can get the absorber on Amazon, cut down a little piece, keep it wet in a tub like this, that's the way to go. I did, though, forgot, when I picked up those oxide inks, I did pick up the Clear Stamp Cleaner. Haven't tried it yet, but I hear that it works fabulously. But water is thankfully free. So if you get the absorber and water, that's going to be a better value than this. But I do have this to try out at some point. Okay, so our camera has been laid. And let me get this guy back on its home planet. I need to figure out, let me cover this back up just so I don't make a mess. Now, I want to date. Okay, so I need to date this thing, but then focus here, fits. Focus here. Ooh, I kind of like the look of, the font going that way. So I'm gonna grab the focus here. And I don't know what I'm going to write today because it's a journaling page. So I'm just going to set this up decoratively. And then where I go from here, I don't know. Trying to find a... I don't know where my... smaller ink pad or acrylic block is, but I guess we'll use this one. I need to grow my acrylic block collection, which is kind of crazy to say because I feel like I have a lot of supplies, but yeah, I want more sizes for sure. Move the paper to meet your needs. So I'm going to rotate, and we're going to use the focus here. And do I want to do this in an ink color? So this is where it might be helpful to, I wonder if like was it spun sugar? Like doing it in pink. 9 times out of 10, I'm using black ink. I just like the way that it looks. But, ooh, or I could do a color that matches like that sticker. I need my actual swatch book. Let's go back here. These are the colors. So I'm just kind of comparing. Oh, you know, the orange could, if I want to do like orange and this blue color, that would work. And I haven't labeled this yet, but I'm guessing that that is spiced marmalade or marmalade if you want to get cheeky. I made a joke in a video about sherbet or sherbet, you know, like the frozen treat sherbet or sherbet in one video. And then in a second video, I just said sherbet or sherbet. And someone made a comment like, what's sherbet? And then like highlighted the sherbet. And I'm like, girl, we got big problems if we're tripping over how someone pronounces something. So I'm just going to call this spiced marmalade. And we'll see if anybody gets offended that I didn't say marmalade. Spiced marmalade. And I hope that this is a decent color match here. Focus here. I think that looks pretty good. Now I want to date, and we're going to decorative date. And I gotta decide, do I want to color or maybe I'll washi tape. Let's do a little bit of washi tape art while we're doing this. I'm gonna date, do the washi tape art within the camera, and then we're gonna call it. I think that's gonna be a nice setup for my journaling spread. And if I decide to share what I write on socials, definitely, I mean, keep a peeper over on my Instagram account, The Joyful Sojourn, because I have been doing some writing reels over there, so you can see what ends up over there. Now we need to do some dating, and I think it would be easiest to use some let me go to my tub of stamps here. I would like a long September if possible. And ideally, I would like to not have to spell the whole thing out. And I think the best fit for that is the 2025 About Last Month. That is going to give me the full month of September without having to spell it out. And then we'll pick some fun numbers for the 14th, which is my brother's birthday. So again, this is a really great set. Get it if you don't have it. This is 2025 About Last Month. It is so functional. Font, I think, is really nice. You've got the years on it, which is nice. And go with this longer block. September. Trying to line this up to my grid even a little bit. I always end up making these crooked, but I could also pop September here. Let's do it. Let's do September here and then do some of our new big numbers, maybe right here. So we're gonna do September, and I'm kind of tempted to do it in orange or marmalade. I'm feeling sassy. If you can see dates on here, then you know that it's been heavy times. All right, we have stamped September with spiced marmalade. Make sure my pencil board is still in there. We're gonna get a little dicey here. So we're gonna stand up and press. September, cute. So again, I'm trying to make it kind of coordinated with the other page. Even if what's on it is different, even if the content is different, I just want my 2-page spread to look cute. Okay. Move this guy out of the way. And now the question is, would a 1 and a 4 fit next to each other? It's gonna be kind of dicey. Might be a little too big. These numbers, they're fatter. Oh, the by the numbers Layle is definitely bigger. So we're gonna do Reggie large. This was, well, both of these are new. We're gonna grab the 1 and the 4. And I'm going to place them separately. And I'm going to place the 4 first. 4 is going to be my anchor. Yeah. And then I think I want to use my swatch paper. I think I want to add I was thinking adding some blue. Maybe that one. What color is that? This is where it would have been nice to label these first. That blue color looks like that stormy one. Stormy sky. When you stormy sky, we're going to get a smaller block. I can find a smaller block. Sorry guys, I didn't have all this stuff pulled out in advance because I didn't know what I was going to do, what we'd have time for. Okay. Okay, we're going to do the 4 first. I'm going to have to glue that down. All right, so this is Stormy Sky. We're going to go right there. Ooh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. Wipe that 4 off. See, I'm loving, if you guys want to see how that looks. Can you guys see? There's a little bit of shadow, but not a lot. That's why I like the Hemlock and Oak paper. Not too thick, not too thin. Enough to be able to play. And yeah, I definitely am thinking that this daily will be more like prayers. It'll be journaling with a bent on like faith journaling, I think. I think I just need that in my life right now. I need the encouragement. So having a dedicated place that I can just make pretty and talk about beautiful things, meaningful things, hard things, but meaningful, beautiful, I think would be good. All right, so we've done the stamping. Do I want to buff any color? Part of me wants to like do a little like ombre action here. Should I? Like with the Stormy Sky, just add a little bit more color because we've got some structure down here on this page, like it stops on this line. Let's do it. Let's just buff on a little bit of color. So I'm going to, actually I think we should zoom back out. There we go. Then I can sit back down. I'm just going to throw down some washi. Move the pencil board out of the way. Throw some washi down. And maybe a little bit on this side. I'm just going to add a little bit of color, buff a little bit of color down here. So to do that, I'm going to keep a piece of paper towel nearby. I've got too much stuff on my desk right now. Move this over. All right. Keep this nearby. We're going to go into our handy dandy set. I'm going to pull out my Stormy Sky dauber that's already good to go. Add it to my reusable handle. And, oh, I was going to do some washi. We'll get there. We're not there yet. I'm having too much fun. I'm going to take my time here. So, just going to add some ink gonna dab it off. I want to start where I want it to be the most concentrated, which is going to be in the corner. And I'm just gonna slowly again keep concentrating the bulk of the ink in the corner, and then let it like ombre out. I'm barely pushing because I don't want to leave an imprint of the foam. I think the distress inks are probably better for this kind of stuff, but I just do what I want, so. We need, oh, I'm out of my purple. All right. It's definitely a little splotchy, so I'm just gonna keep going. Just like that. That's good enough. There. So it's kind of, see how it's like framed in? Let me zoom in here because I wanted it to stay within the lines. It's not perfect, but I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so now what I said I wanted to do was maybe do a little washi art. So let's test my skills, shall we? I'm just kind of trying to get some excess off. I could add some ink up here. What do we think? I mean, I want to. That would mean really closing things off a bit, like covering parts of the camera. Let me just feel this out for a second. If I put this guy here, I put this guy here. Oop. So again, I'm just basically covering up the margin so the ink doesn't get in the margin. Come on, there we go. And if we're gonna do this, I have to be real certain about my skills here. We're going to do it because I have the patience right now. And this is one of those things that I think people like to see how to do it. So we're going to go for it. Now you're going to want a proper cutting tool. So I'm trying to find my slice cutter. Oh, hold on. Hold on. This is a precision cutter from Slice. It's a ceramic blade, really small. But we like that because we can do some detail work here. So we're gonna do some trimming. This is how you do washi art too, by the way. But I'm going to basically cut out along the edge, and I'm not pushing really hard, so it's not cutting through the paper, but I'm just gonna cut around the camera because I don't want the camera to get ink on it. I'm just cutting around it. And then you're gonna want some tweezers. Now, my college tweezers are not very pointy. So I'm going to grab more pointy ones. I'm going to hope I cut hard enough to get through here. You do risk that it's going to lift when you're buffing too. Okay, so I forgot there were 2 layers here. Let's see if I can lift this part up. Careful. See how the pointy tweezers are way more helpful here. This might be too detailed work for some folks. You might be like, I don't have time for that. That's cool. You don't have to do this, but in an ever-changing world, and as a toddler mom who is often overstimulated, I cannot tell you how much peace I feel when I sit out in my office. No TV on. Completely silent. The dog's not even barking right now. It's a miracle. And I can just do something like this with my tools and my colors. It is such an exhale for me. So the time it takes to do something like this for a daily page. I'm not going to do this every day. I don't have time for this every day, but I have time for it today. And I'm making it a priority. And I'm just to be extra careful, I'm just laying extra down. Okay, let's see if this works. Again, we're going to take our, actually I feel like I should, just in case we go a little bit lower, I'm going to throw a little bit more tape down this way. So we're taping off this base. We haven't even gotten to the washi tape on the camera, but maybe we don't do that. We don't do that today since I'm taking a little bit more time. Or we maybe grab some like paint pens or something. So I'm gonna ink it up, dab off the extra, start in the as far corner as possible, and keep moving it. Small movements. Be careful here because if you're buffing, you might push up the washi tape. You don't want to do that. So I'm just being really careful here not to mess with the washi. Buff, 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 buff. Go a little bit lower. Kind of connect it a little bit. All right. Actually, let's take this off just in case we want to go around the camera there. Because if you end up inking over where you've got washi, you're going to have a line. I don't know if you can see, but there is like a little bit of a line there from the protected bits. So okay, probably go a little bit further this way. All right, try to take off a little bit more and go a little bit further this way. Okay, are we ready? Let's take this off. Pull that guy back out. Actually, trying to give you guys a good view here. Let's peel this off. Ooh, nice crisp edge there. This is the satisfying part. Not satisfying as having all the washi tape all over the place. There we go. Ah, so satisfying. Beautimous. Almost makes me feel like we need a little more color on this side, but maybe not. Hold on, guys. This is driving me bananas. Let me just glue this part down. I will say, I have loved repositionable stickers, but have also hated them lately. I feel like they keep curling and popping up and stuff. Permanent stickers are definitely permanent. They stay on so much better. So I know we've got like all this space here. Do we want to do some buffer? And close it in? I want to. You can fast forward this part if you want to, but I think we should. I think it's going to look nice. So we're still using Stormy Sky. This is going to be a little bit, not trickier, but I've got some paper bulges to contend with here. That looks good. And if we're going to do that, then I do want to cover this side too. Do a little bit more buffing. And really, I should just, for safety, cover up this top part too. Just a little bit. All right, this is the last of the buffing. Don't you worry. And then I'll be done with this page. So I'm gonna start in the corner with the most concentrated and buff it out. This one I'm not as concerned about like going super dark. I just want to create a line. And even the lightest Stormy Sky will create a line. So again, not doing like a ton here. It's just to create a line. But I don't want it to be to just stop at the width of the foam, so go out a little bit further. Same here and here. All right, just a little bit. And I must have dropped a little bit there, but that's okay. So see how I actually don't feel like I did a ton of ink, but it still created a line. That at least keeps the page all together. Okay, do I want to do anything else for my journaling page today? I might end up outlining September and 14 with black ink. Might do that. I think I want to add a little bit of texture to my camera. So what I'm going to do is lay down some of this polka dot right here. And do a little washi art. Now, actually, what would be interesting is if I had a thinner, I don't know if I have a thinner washi that's of this similar pattern, but I really like this pattern. So all I'm doing is I'm cutting on the line. Cutting on the lines. This is where lined stamps are so cool, because you can color them in, you can fill them in with washi. Possibilities are endless. So I'm just following the lines of where I want the washi to be, and then we'll cut out the negative space. All right, it's gonna make more sense in just a second. We'll do it on the bottom section too. I'm gonna take this out. Kind of gotta just hope you cut it right. You can always peel it up and start again. But again, I'm just peeling off where I cut. Ugh, washi everywhere. Take that off. Peel that off. I missed a cut here. There you go. That off. Now we have some lines here that I want to respect in the image. So I'm going to trim that off. Doing this is so relaxing. I'm going to trim that off. Give me my line back. Like that. Now, I think this is important. This is where the flash is. It's going to be a little bit harder. So I'm just going to trim on the outside and take the whole middle out. See if I can get that. Oh yeah, like that. And I think I want to do the same thing. What part of the camera? I want to do it with the bottom part. It's probably wide enough. So I'm just going to trim here and here, here. I don't know what it is. I just feel like this is such a satisfying process. Now I want the black line to actually be showing. So I'm going to cut again. And that makes a difference. Makes a difference. All right, so now we're going to cut this guy off. And cut here, cut here, cut here. And then we'll be done. We will be done. We did a lot in today's video. Talked about the new oxide inks in that 1x1 size that you can get at LayleByMail. We talked about some new to me ways to organize those like dauber tops, also at LayleByMail. Talked about some new to me stamp sets that are on the website. And we took a look at the September release at LayleByMail. Oop, I'm lifting up some paper here. I'm trying to peel this off, and then I'll just use a pen to kind of fix that. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Again, if you want to pick anything up from LayleByMail, if you know you want something, I would look at her bundles because the price per unit is lower, and you can still use my discount code on top. I don't know how many discount codes she has out there, so I hope that 10% helps with the Joyful 10. Okay, friends. That was a lot of effort for a camera. And I don't even know if I was in frame the whole time. There we go. All right. So here we have my, should zoom in, my journaling spread for September 14th. Buffing in some oxides and using some new stamps here, new stamp, old stamp, but still a good stamp. And yeah, we talked a lot about a lot. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, I sure hope that you do, friends. Please consider subscribing to my channel. We have lots of things here. We are in fall at this point, not officially, but we're in fall season, which is planner season. So I will have lots of planner flip throughs and reviews on my channel. I think we're going to have a lot of new things over the next month or two. I'm going to try to balance that with creative play. But one of the most important things I do here is share and review new products, especially items that you only purchase online that you can't find in a brick and mortar. I feel like it's one of my responsibilities to just help explain things, show things, so you can decide what is for you. And so we have a lot of that in the fall. 'Tis the season, friends. So if you want to see more plan with me's and creative play, but also all the flip throughs for planners for 2026, this is a great place to be. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.